guys, what's up? It's me, Caitlin, your favorite mission girl. I'm back! It's been like 3 weeks since I filmed anything. First off, sorry about the lighting. I'm still not sure what's going on with this. My blinds are even closed, but I'm like white. So I'm not sure what's going on. Excuse me while I adjust a little bit. So sorry about the lighting, but I'm back. It really has been like 3 weeks. I think since I've started trying to be a little bit more regular in posting content, that this has been the longest I've gone without filming anything. But with that being said, my life has kind of been, I don't want to say busy, but I was getting into the last few weeks of the first half of the session. Today is actually the first day of session 2, so I should actually be doing homework right now, in particular because I will be leaving soon. I will give y'all an update on where I am standing currently with DCP later in the video. I will say last Monday I took the next big step in moving forward with the Disney College program. It was exciting, and at the same time it made everything seem that much more realer and closer and even more nerve-wracking. And oh my god, I just realized how messy my bedroom looks. Please ignore that. This is probably the state of my room. What you cannot see is the 3 bins over here that are filled with clothes, and the 2 shopping bags over here filled with stuff for DCP. My mom has been slowly but surely gathering stuff for me, so yay, she's coming around. So really excited. First off, I want to say a huge thank you and welcome to Mocha Skies. She is my newest subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm actually still, I always get surprised when people subscribe to my channel because I'm like, what are you guys subscribing for? You know, I do this type of vlogs, and then I might throw out something crazy, and then I do really bad trailer reactions. So, but thank you so much for subscribing. It's really cool to see that people like what I'm doing, and they're interested in my viewpoints and stuff, even though I don't really get that political, which is another reason I think I held off on filming, was I didn't want to put something like totally random out there in the midst of everything that's going on over in the Ukraine. But I figured, you know what, people liked it when I was publishing my fan fiction during the pandemic. So, you know what, maybe me just mindlessly rambling on about stuff is what people need right now. So, okay, you got me. So I am back, and again, welcome to Mocha Skies. Also, thank you everybody who has watched my trailer reaction for the new SOTAR cinematic Disorder that looked, I haven't played any of the new content yet for Legacy of the Sith. I'm actually holding off on that until I get home from Florida because I will just be so busy. I don't know how often I will actually be playing Star Wars SOTAR while I'm down there. Simply because people who are already down there, they're either working 5 days a week or 6 days a week, depending on their location. And since I will be there during the busiest time of the summer, I don't think I'm actually going to have that much time to play Star Wars The Old Republic. If that, I will probably just log on to get rewards, but I don't want to jump into the new content until I get back home with my favorite characters, which are the Knight, the Inquisitor, the Trooper, and the Bounty Hunter. Those are my 4 favorite classes to play. Those are the ones I played the most. Jedi Knight, I have definitely played way too much of. So I'm going to hold off until I come back home in the fall, probably even wait until I finish my degree to really jump into those 4 character classes, which I should be finished with my degree in December. I will not be officially graduating until next spring, summer though, but that's okay. So thank you guys for that. I cannot believe almost 300 of you have viewed that trailer. It actually makes me laugh because the video I posted before that was a reaction for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and that has like 5 views. And then I have my SOTAR trailer, and that has like almost 300 views, and I'm like, Marvel? Star Wars The Old Republic. I think I know what my audience wants. I think they kind of want me to post more Star Wars gaming content. If that is stuff you guys would like to see, let me know. I have definitely seen a lot. I could definitely do reactions to the older trailers. I love watching the old cinematic trailers. They're so much fun. It's a blast. I love playing Star Wars The Old Republic. I am kind of bummed that the new content came out as late as it did. Originally, it was supposed to be released in December, but they pushed it back to February, which bummed me out because me going away to Florida, I already knew I didn't want to jump into the new content with my favorite characters because I wouldn't have that much time to play. But at the same time, I understand it. They want all the bugs ironed out, which is why I'm kind of waiting to jump in. I want to make sure that there's a less chance of me getting the glitchy bugs. Because with any new expansion that's rolled out, there's always issues. There's always bugs. I'm remembering the Mandalorian Flashpoint that was part of the last update, the last minor update, and that is so buggy and glitchy. It can be nerve wracking to play. I will say that Flashpoint, no, that was not the last Flashpoint they did. There was another Flashpoint that came out that was part of it. The Mandalorian was like the next to the last one. I will say that the Mandalorian Flashpoint compared to the Flashpoint and I think Dantooine, I don't remember where it is. The one where you meet Aaron. Those flashpoints are kind of amazing how in the level of difficulty, like the final boss in the Mandalorian Flashpoint is like super hard to beat. I think it's taking me on average between 2 or 3 times to beat that final boss in that Flashpoint. Whereas the Flashpoint that came out after it, I find that Flashpoint ridiculously easy. So I'm kind of confused. I'm like, why is the Mandalorian Flashpoint so incredibly difficult to do? And then the Flashpoint they released after that is beyond easy. I don't know if it's just me, and I'm one of the few people who's struggling with the bosses on the Mandalorian Flashpoint. But that's just like Mandalorian Flashpoint is incredibly difficult. The other Flashpoint is not that difficult. So I'm interested to see what the new Flashpoint is as part of this expansion. It did include a new story on the planet Manon and a new Flashpoint. So I'm going to be interested to see the difficulty. I have noticed in some of the Flashpoints, it seems like some of the Flashpoints are have a really low difficulty, and then the next Flashpoint it's like up or the opposite. So it's really interesting to try to see that, to play through the different Flashpoints. But I'm having fun playing SOTAR again. Right now I'm doing my Imperial Agent, which I would like playing the Imperial Agent more if they made the storyline for the agent go somewhere. I have played the Imperial Agent once, and I was so excited for the storyline. I'm like, the storyline is awesome. I love where it's going. I love what they're doing with it. And then I get to the end of the main story, and I'm like, wait, what? I don't feel like there was like the other stories. You get kind of a resolution to that main story before you go and jump on to play in Ilum, and then Rise of the Hutt Cartel, and then Forged Alliances, and the Revenites, and the Rise of the Empire, and all that stuff. The agent, from what I can remember, I don't think you get a clear resolution with the agent as to what happens with their story. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but for me, it's just kind of very jarring that every other class has some sort of resolution to their story, and then there's the agent, and you don't have like a very defined resolution. I mean, you could have a conclusion to that story that is open-ended. Like all the other stories, the conclusions are open-ended because you go further into the game. But the agent, it's just like there's no concrete conclusion where you can say, okay, this main story's over. This is where the character is. It's like, wait, what's going? I'm confused, and it doesn't. And I haven't really played the agent that far into the expanded content, and that's part of the reason, because I'm like, okay, how is this going to work going forward into the expanded content? So I haven't played it. I am going to do the extended content with the agent at some point. Just right now, I am trying to wrap the agent up before I leave, because I don't think I want to start another playing through with another character right before I leave, because that would be kind of difficult to do. So that's where I am in SOTAR. Unfortunately, I have been playing SOTAR almost every single night for like the past 2 or 3 weeks. Unfortunately, I can't do that anymore because, like I said, school started today, so I have to do classes, which as I'm being bad at, I'm doing this instead of schoolwork. So thank you guys for allowing me to procrastinate and using you as my excuse. So, mostly other than that, life has been kind of quiet. I handed in my notice for Lawrence last week. I will be finished with Lawrence as of, I want to say April 1st or April 2nd, and yeah, I will be done at Lawrence. So I only have, I think, the next 3 weeks. Yeah, this week, next week, and the week after. So I have 3 weeks, including this week, left at Lawrence. And then I am finitoed with them. I don't know why I just did that. And I'll be done with them, which will give me more time to finish on schoolwork, because I am leaving April 22nd, so I need to get as much done ahead of time as I can and turned in so I don't have to worry about it. So that's kind of like a lot of pressure on me because I did get my grades back for my digital retailing and sport marketing class. I got A's in both those classes. Yay! I got A's, and I've kind of been pushing myself, even though I'm like, I don't need to push myself, so why am I pushing myself? But I am pushing myself to be on president's list by the time to be on president's list for this semester, because I think that'd be awesome. But yeah, so I start classes today. I'm doing search engine optimization and analytics, and then my other class is public relations. Yes, that's my other class. It's public relations, which is probably the part of digital marketing I will enjoy the most. We'll be putting together public relations stuff because I think I do very well communicating with the public. At least I think I do. I don't know. You guys let me know. But I did get to do one fun thing this past weekend, my spring break. I am so excited I was able to do this, you guys. Midland Mall Comic Con happened this past Saturday and Sunday, the 5th and the 6th. It made me so happy and also so weird because one of the last things I did before everything started getting shut down was actually go to the first ever Midland Mall Comic Con in March of 2020. I think I talked about this before last year in 2020 in some of my videos. The last two things, like the weekend before they officially confirmed COVID in Michigan, like it's been here, but there had been no official, and they confirmed it officially. That weekend before, that Saturday, I attended the first ever Midland Mall Comic Con, which I had a total blast. And that year, it was just vendors and a cosplay contest. And I had so much fun. My mom and my brother were with me for a little bit of it, and they had fun and they enjoyed it. And then the next day, when I was going to go back and try to get into the cosplay contest, my mom actually said, no, let's go to Great Lakes Crossing. So that was the weekend I got to do two fun things, and then nothing happened for like a year. So they were going to try to do it last year, unfortunately, because of COVID restrictions, and to be on the safe side, the guy who runs it, I think his name is Kevin from Fett's Toy Depot, he's a huge Star Wars fan. He is so much fun. I talked with him the first year I went. I had a blast with him. I saw him Saturday, and I saw him yesterday, and he tried to help me with my lightsaber, which was having issues. So he is such a great guy. I loved talking to him and seeing him again both days. He asked me if I was going to stay yesterday for the cosplay contest, and I had thought about it, but I really wanted to get home because I had originally only gone yesterday just to spend like an hour or so just to do a couple laps, and then I was going to get lunch and go home. I was there for over 2 hours. I did not plan on being there for 2 hours, but I was there. The same thing with Saturday. I was just not planning to be there for very long. I went in Saturday close to 11, and I was there till like almost 2. Till like 1 or something. So I was there both days for longer than I had planned. But it was a blast. It was so much fun. I loved talking to him. I loved talking to the different vendors. I got to meet Squeaker's Nut House. This wonderful woman. She the Phasma ears I have on my wall. She made those, and she's from Oregon, so she had made them and shipped them to Midland for the first Comic-Con. She was there this year. She actually ran. This year they actually did panels, you guys. They had a cosplay panel, a sewing panel, a foam smithing panel. I didn't attend any of the panels. I wish I had, but I didn't. I actually really wanted to attend the sewing one, but I don't think it went through. But she was there, and I got to see her both days. I got to meet her the first day, and it was so fun. I don't know what she was dressed up as, but it was cool. And her, the person who was helping her yesterday was dressed up as Mara Jade and freaked me out. I'm like, and I realized, yes, you say her name Mara, and I've been pronouncing it Myra. I'm bad. But she made, I gotta do it. The purple unicorn horn that my finger is pointing at, she made that, and I got it. She had posted a picture of it online on her Facebook page, and purple is like my all-time favorite color, and I'm like, literally the first thing I did Saturday was I found her booth, and I bought that unicorn horn, and I'm taking it with me to Disney. I don't care, it's not Minnie Mouse ears, it's coming with me to Disney. I love it. It's so cute. I love seeing her. Saturday was definitely my shopping day. I took out so much money in cash, and I actually had $20 set aside for gas, and I spent all my cash. I had $1 left over after Saturday from everything I bought. And I actually ended up spending my $20 because I didn't need all this stuff. And then I ended up buying it. I'm going to show you guys like 5 of the things I got because 2 of the things are in my stomach. There's a little baker there and she was selling Captain America shield cookies and lightsaber pretzels. So I bought one of each. So on Saturday, I ate a lightsaber and I ate Captain America's shield, and they were delicious. Yeah, so I got that. I got some stickers. Actually, I got some stickers from a really nice girl on Saturday. I actually went back yesterday with the $1 I had left over from Saturday, and I bought more stickers. That was like everything I bought that I'm not showing you. I also was bad and I went to GameStop, not part, that's just there, and I got a Funko Pop box that was gamer themed because the 2 Funkos in it were Revan, Jedi Revan, and Basta, and they're sitting right here on either side of my computer. Look, here's Revan. Here's Basta. So I got that, and then I also went back yesterday, and I did use my card, and I bought a Cassian Andor Funko Pop from Rogue One because I have a collection over there on the shelving unit by my bed that is a Funko Pop, and I'm trying to get one each from each of the different movies and movie trilogies and TV shows. So I have one for I have Padme for the prequels, Bo-Katan for Clone Wars, Omega for Bad Batch, Ahsoka for Rebels, which I found the Ahsoka I have, the Rebels Ahsoka Funko Pop at the booth where I got Cassian. They were selling her for $75. I'm like, I didn't know that was that uncommon. I now have Cassian from Rogue One. I have Leia from the originals, Mando and Baby Yoda and Grogu from Mandalorian, and Rey from the sequels. So I'm actually missing Solo, a Star Wars story Funko Pop, and I'm missing one from Book of Boba Fett. So eventually I will get that, and then of course I will get one for Kenobi and one for Ahsoka and one for Rogue One. I'm just gonna have a lot of Star Wars bobbleheads, so I need a life. But some other things I bought, I did buy a couple t-shirts because I am losing weight, so I need t-shirts. So this was one of the t-shirts I bought. This was the Midland Mall Comic-Con t-shirt. So this was Midland Mall Comic-Con Strikes Back 2022 because this is the second ever Comic-Con, Midland Mall Comic-Con, because of course it was canceled in 2021. This is a medium and it fits me, a men's medium. So I picked up this shirt just because I thought, hey, this would be a lot of fun to kind of have, just to like have a t-shirt because, yeah, and plus I want to really support this. This is an event I'd like to see come back year after year, even if it's not at the Midland Mall, just somewhere in Midland, because they don't do a lot of stuff like this in Midland. I remember the first year they did it, being at the mall and hearing these couple of older adults who were there mall walking complaining about all the freaks at the mall for this event. And I'm like, that's kind of mean to call us all freaks, and that's probably the reason why we don't do a lot more of this type of stuff in Midland, is because they tend, it's like an older community. It's getting younger, but still kind of an older conservative community who aren't exactly the biggest fans. You know, they do Star Wars Night and Comic Book Heroes Night at the Great Lakes Loons, and there are some members who will go to those nights to watch the game, and I've seen like 1 or 2 people get kind of irritated about the theme nights like that, and I don't understand why. So it was kind of nice just to like be there yesterday, and I didn't hear anybody making comments about the freaks or anything like that. It was just so nice, and I think people are just happy to see them all busy. It was packed. And then I got this shirt from a company called TCTs. They're based here in Michigan. They do these really cool Michigan-themed shirts. And I got all this stuff I got on Saturday, and I was just as Loki on Saturday. I was going to go as Sabine, but my Darksaber doesn't like me anymore. So I went as Loki instead. And look at the Loki-themed shirt I found. It says Variant with the Upper and Lower Peninsula. I saw that and I went, oh my god, I have to get this shirt because I love Loki. And guess what? This shirt is coming with me to Florida. I wanted to take a shirt with me to Florida that said I was from Michigan. And I had a shirt packed, but I changed my mind because I didn't like it and it was getting too big. And then I saw this shirt, and I wish I had bought more shirts from this guy. He had so many cool shirts. And I found him online. So luckily, I know where his website is. He has one right now that's on sale that I wish they had in my size. That's a glow-in-the-dark arc reactor shirt with Michigan in the center. So I'm always on the lookout for cool Michigan shirts like this. So I love this shirt. I can't wait to wear it in Florida. I'm super, super, super excited. It's also a very comfortable shirt. Like both these shirts are very, very comfortable. So, and I actually spent, I got my lunch and then I was on my way out and I went past the booth again and I ended up talking to the owner, the guy running the vendor. I don't know how long we talked, but we stood there and we talked and talked. And I think that's what I enjoyed most about the Midland Mall Comic Con is just talking to the vendors, talking to the different attendees, because it's not something I get to do in person because I don't go out that often. I don't socialize currently. So it's always so nice when I go to an event like Star Wars Night at the Great Lakes Loons, like Comic Book Hero Night, like the Midland Mall Comic Con, because I get to interact with people who have similar interests to me. And it just makes me feel like I'm not as alone as I sometimes feel. Like the only other people I can talk to about stuff like this are my friends on social media. I don't really talk to people in person like it because, like I said, Midland is not like we have a very large fandom community, like a very large geek nerd community in the city of Midland. It just feels like that we aren't as open as in other communities. So it's kind of sad, and so I'm always excited when I get to do events like this. So, yay, I'm super happy. I also bought art, you guys. I bought 3 art prints. I don't know why. I have no place to put these, but this is one of the art prints I want. I'm going with because I met a really fun guy. So, this is the first one I got. This is by a guy who does Deadpool. This is his Psylocke art print. He signed it. It's where's his name? Gerald DeClaire. And he spelled my name wrong. He spelled it with a C. But this is one of the art prints I got of Psylocke. I just love it. It's so pretty. Here's the weird thing. I like her. I don't know that much about her, but I like her design and I like her character. So I got a Psylocke art print. And then this guy, I actually have a print of his that I got from 2020 of Grogu sitting in his pram with a little cup of soup that he signed. He was back this year, and the Grogu one I have is a watercolor. This one is a print. This one is Spider-Gwen, or Ghost Spider. This artist is Scott Rosema, and he is so much fun. The first year he was there, he just had art prints for sale. This year he had mostly art prints with some collectibles. This is the art print I got. I nearly went and got a second one yesterday because these were only $10 each. I nearly went and got a second one because he had one that was a tribute to Stan Lee. That was Stan Lee surrounded by some of the characters he's created. So, but this is the one I got yesterday of Spider-Gwen because I need some more female representation, and she is actually one of my favorite characters. And then this guy is so funny. It's from Ken's Comics. This guy is utterly hysterical. I met him and I saw this and I'm like, I want something. This is one of the art prints. He did a whole bunch of these for Comic-Con this year. This is Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man. He signed it to you. Thanks, Caitlin, Heart 10, Linear, brought to you by Fetz. So this is one of the art promo pieces for this year. This guy was so much fun. I talked to him Saturday and then I talked to him yesterday, and both days he took my picture. Because Saturday I was dressed as Loki, and he told me he had a 13-year-old daughter who was a huge fan of Loki, but I was one of the first females he'd ever seen, I guess, dressed up, and he wanted me to take a picture of me to send to her. So he took a picture of me dressed as Loki, and then yesterday I did my 1950s Grogu outfit. I wore my Her Universe Grogu dress, saddle shoes. I pulled my hair back into a ponytail with a ribbon, and I took my Ahsoka backpack, and I took what else? Oh, my lightsaber, my combat saber. And he took a picture of me again yesterday, and then he took a picture of me with him. So this guy was a blast. I'm following him on Facebook, so he is so cool. This artwork is pretty bomb. He had a bunch of pieces, but I liked this one because this is a Spider-Man design I have not seen. I actually had to look it up. So I'm like, I think that's Spider-Man, but who? This is the Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man, which is a Spider-Man I'm not familiar with, but holy cow, this design looks bomb. So that is my 3 pieces of artwork, and I need to find places for them. I'm thinking, well, it doesn't really pay me that much. I'm thinking I'm going to take down my Avengers Endgame poster, and I might put this there. I can't take down Loki. Oh my gosh, I don't want to take down Loki. But this is why I need a 2-bedroom apartment, because I have so much artwork and posters now that it's kind of a thing. And yes, this video is going to be a long one today, because like I said, it's been a couple weeks. So I had so much fun at Comic-Con, and I hope it happens again, and I will be home next year, because I definitely will not be extending my stay, and there's a reason. So on to the Disney College Program update for you guys who are sticking around to learn more. I took a big step last Monday. Like I said, I registered for housing! Yay! Round of applause. Housing opened up for the April 25th participants last Monday. So I finished yoga and I jumped online, registered for housing. It was really quick, really painless. I just had to fill in some information, like what my preferred name is. I haven't told my mom yet about this, but I have opted into gender neutral housing, which means I could be housed with any gender, which I'm okay with. I did opt in to the Disney housing. There is one of the questions was, are you opting out of Disney housing, which basically means you have to find housing on your own. And I said, heck no, I'm opting in to Disney housing. And then I asked, are you bringing a car? I talked about this before, and I don't know if I've adjusted it. I am not taking my car with me now, just for safety reasons, and also the fact that my car is not the greatest car, but I just don't know. I was like so gung-ho about taking my car, but I just don't know, one, if I'd be able to drive on the roads in Florida. They're very different from up here in Michigan. And two, I want to save money because I'll be spending a lot on souvenirs. And three, I don't actually know if my car would be able to drive over 1,000 miles. I mean, I know it handles driving up here in Michigan, but in Michigan, the longest I've ever taken my car has been like 3 hours away. So I don't honestly know what to survive a 20-hour drive to Florida and then back in the fall. So I decided not to take my car, which actually saves me money, because to get a parking pass, if you're lucky enough to get a parking pass, it's an extra $85. So on top of the $425 you already pay. So I'm like, I'm not taking my car. I filled out my emergency contact information. I agreed to the rent, which for a 2-bed, 2-bath is $185, a 4-bed, 2-bath is $205, and then a 4-bed, 4-bath is $225. So, and what was interesting is they showed you how much the rent was in 2021, how much it is this year, and how much it's going to be next year. They raised it. So, like, they raised it by $10 between last year and this year, and it's going up again next year. So, I had debated about extending my program, but I would be going into 2023 if I did. And I don't want my rent to go up $10 extra. It might not sound like a lot, but this is rent per week, not per month. So I will not be extending my program simply because I want to save a little bit more money. And that means I probably won't be doing this Disney College program a second time. It really will depend on my experience, but simply the fact that I kind of want to get into something a little bit more permanent within the next year or so. Like, I do want to move out of staying. I don't want to live with my mom anymore. I love my mom. I love my brother. I don't want to live with them anymore. I am ready to move out. I am ready to live on my own. I've kind of experienced what living on my own will be like. I really just want my own space, my own type of apartment. I don't know if it's the white shirt I'm wearing. I don't know. I'm glowing. So I just want my own place. So I don't think I'll be doing the college program again simply because I just want to get settled. But I did apply for housing. I'm really excited. And like I said, Flamingo Crossing Village is the new housing complexes. There's two. There's Flamingo Crossing Village East and West. And West is the one they're still working on, oddly enough. It is very nice housing. Like I said, it's divided into different apartments. There are apartments that are 2-bed, 2-bath. There is 4-bed, 2-bath, and then 4-bed, 4-bath. I put a 4-bed, 2-bath as my first choice, and then a 2x2 as my second. I honestly won't be too bummed if I get in a 2x2. I mean, it will stink because I have to share a room, but it won't be too bad. And thankfully, I'm not doing what they did in the old days. So the Disney College program, according to participants who have done it in years past, originally they would put 6 people in an apartment, so 3 people would share a room. And that seems excessive. I thought it was bad at Mac, and now it's 4 people per apartment, so it's a lot less. Honestly, I don't think I'd be able to handle living in some place with 5 other people. 4 people I can do. I've done it before, but the one time I did it was like for 3 weeks in 20 I don't remember what year, on Mackinac Island the first time I went up, and they had 4 girls sharing 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom in a basement walkout with the full kitchen and washing area in a second, and 2 more bathrooms upstairs on the boys' floor. So that was an experience, especially since my shoulders aren't that great and I couldn't get myself onto the top bunk. So I ended up sleeping in the living room. Honestly, I don't think it'd be too bad doing the 2-bed, 2-bath, because they actually have like a little wall dividing the room in half. So you do have your own space, which is really, really nice. I think you also have your own closet, and you get like 2 drawers and a dresser. So you do have your own space. The 2x2s have the smaller beds. The 2x2s come with twin extra long. The 4x2 and 4x4s come with queen extra longs, which will be an adjustment to me because I'm currently sleeping on just a twin. So that will be an adjustment. These apartment complexes, each apartment complex has, I think, 1 or 2 pools. They have outdoor big screen TVs. I think they have some grilling areas, outdoor play space, green spaces. They have community rooms with like games, like I think arcade games and foosball and stuff. They apparently have like vending machines. They have a service desk. They have a gym. So they're really, really nice. They have bus stops because you take buses to and from work. They do special events like game nights, welcoming nights, movie nights. So they have really fun events that go on. The property is owned by Disney, but it's run by an outside third party. Each apartment comes with a dishwasher, a microwave, some pots and pans, some dining sets, some place settings, a washer and dryer, which is awesome. Utilities are included. There is a cap on electricity, which I asked about. It's not that much, so it's totally doable. So yeah, it sounds like more like a luxury hotel. Actually, the way it's set up, it kind of reminds me of the DVC villas at Disney, which are kind of set up to be apartments, and this is what those kind of remind me of. I will say this, one of the places that DCP participants used to stay in the past is now a hotel. So I didn't know this until I watched a Tim Tracker video like last year or in 2020. Tim surprised his wife with a stay at the Treehouse Suites, I think, and those were located at Saratoga Springs, and he told her the Treehouse Suites were originally used to house members of the Disney College program, and now they're very kind of luxurious hotel rooms. So that was kind of interesting. It makes me think, well, maybe in the future they'll build another apartment complex and move DCP participants there and turn Flamingo Crossing into a hotel, because if you've read up about this area, it's just outside off of the Walt Disney World Resort property. It's still kind of owned by Disney, and they're basically building up that area to basically be like kind of have like housing for Disney World employees, to have hotels for guests who want to stay somewhere a little bit cheaper that's still close to the parks. And they're building a massive, they have a shopping center there, and they're enlarging it to make it bigger and more accessible for DCP participants and Disney employees. So Disney's kind of spending money to develop this area into maybe like something geared toward employees so that they can have an easier life. So it sounds really interesting. I did learn, I don't know if I mentioned this, I have a friend I met through Instagram who's down there right now, and she went to the store one night because there are a couple stores within walking distance. And she went to the store, and at some point she looked over and she could see the enchantment fireworks from Magic Kingdom. So for those of you wondering how close I will be to the parks, that's how close. I'll be able to see fireworks if I go outside and go for a little walk from where I live, which means I will definitely be able to hear the fireworks. So yeah, I am pretty dang close to the parks. It's like not that far. My aunt, we're already planning on going down. My aunt is looking at a hotel. She told me don't freak out. She's going to take care of it. So I'm like, okay, not going to freak out, but it is, now it's getting more real. Yesterday marked 50 days till my check-in day, and it's starting to get more real. I'm starting to get a little bit more nervous about figuring out how the buses work. Some people have actually said that in that gap between your arrival and traditions, or the gap between when you start training, to basically, once you know where you're going, to do a day and take the buses and figure out the routes, which I might wind up doing. My only concern is if I get assigned someplace that they want me to come in at like 3 a.m. because the buses don't actually start running till 4. So I'm not sure what to do in that instance because I'm not taking a car down and they're supposed to make allowances for you. Like if you're not taking a car, they have to make sure you have some way to get to work so that you aren't penalized. So that will be interesting. I do know where I'm hoping. I'm hoping I get put in a resort, or oddly enough, I'd like to be put in Disney Springs. You know, I'd love to work in the parks. That would be awesome. But I'm also realistic enough to know that maybe I might not be very able to handle working in some areas of the parks. So kind of like I would love to work in a resort because I did kind of enjoy working at Lakeview. You know, I'd kind of like to work in another hotel and get experience there. So I'd like to work in one of the resorts. I'd like to work at Disney Springs. Disney Springs, I think, would be a blast to work at. If I were to work in one of the parks, I would very much like to work in Magic Kingdom because even though I'm terrified of the tunnels, but really my true dream locations, oddly enough, is I would love to work, well, not oddly enough, I would want to work somewhere in Galaxy's Edge. I think as a Star Wars fan, I want Galaxy's Edge or I want the Galactic Star Cruiser, which is the Star Wars hotel. I'm not sure if I'd get assigned to the Galactic Star Cruiser, but that would be like, oh my god, I flip out. I've been watching videos from the Galactic Star Cruiser and it just looks so amazing. I want to go, even if it's just to work, you know, that would be so much fun to go do. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing yet. Later this month, I think, April 4th just got their car passes today. So April 4th could get their car passes today. So I'm thinking later this month I will get my tentative roll, and then next month I will get my itinerary and my permanent roll. So hopefully by the end of this month I will know what I'm doing. So basically April 4th, it goes April 4th, April 15th I think is the next date, and then April 25th. So I've still got a little bit of waiting to do. I've got more stuff to get. I've got to order a new bento box. I've got to get an umbrella. I've got to buy ponchos. I've got to get all black shoes. I've got to get sandals. I've got to get a bathing suit still. At least I got to get bathing suit bottoms and one entire bathing suit because I want to have 2 to take with me. So I still have some stuff I need to get. Luckily I don't need any more clothes. I have clothes. Like I said, I only need like 2 pairs of shoes. I have my other shoes. So yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I'm just like I said, I'm getting more and more nervous. And it didn't help. I downloaded the Passio Go app to my phone and it's just very confusing. So yeah, that's where I am with DCP. And yes, I need to get going. This video's been 40 minutes. So that will be all for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you have any ideas about stuff you'd like to see me cover in my vlogs and my future content, you can go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Have any questions, feel free to ask. If you guys want to see my pictures from Midland Mall Comic-Con this past weekend, check out my Instagram and Facebook pages. The links are down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy. I'm sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.